Let me guess, you bought yourself a Bronco and you wanted to sound better on the inside. Let me show you what Trail 7 has put together for you. Hey everybody, Mike here at Trail 7. I'm really excited to be here today. We have been asked numerous times, when is Trail 7 going to release the Bronco kits? Well, today is the day. So I'm bringing to you our Trail 7 plug and play speaker upgrade for your Bronco. Let's go over a couple of things we have here on the table. What we're going to do is show you what we have to offer, what Trail 7 is going to do for you and your Bronco, and then we're going to show you how easy all of this is to install into your Bronco. On my right side over here, we have the Kicker KS. This is a full coax setup. These 4-inch speakers are going to replace your dash speakers, as well as the rear roll bars. These 6.5-inch coax speakers are going to replace your lower footwell areas. Just note here that if you have the B&O system, you have 3 speakers on the dash, so you have 5 4-inch speakers in total. And in the middle, we have the 6.5-inch component speakers, which are also going to use the same 4-inch coax speakers. This is all KS. Moving on this side over here, we have Kicker CS line, which is also going to have a 6.5-inch coax footwell area speaker, and it's also going to have your 4-inch speakers in a coax setup. This is also going to have an option for the 5 speakers if your Bronco has the B&O system, which will have a center speaker on the dash there. All of the specs will be covered on the product page. I'm sure you don't really want to hear about that. What you want to see is how easy this is to install, so let's go ahead and get that done. Alright guys, so I'm going to do this in a couple of stages. I'm going to do it in 2 stages really. I'm going to do a removal of all the speakers, and then I'm going to do an installation of all the speakers, so you can see the removal process all in one shot, and then the installation process all in one shot as well. So in order for the removal, this is what we're going to start with, is the dash. Okay, we have 2 in the dash. If you have the B&O system, you have 3 in the dash. So you have 2 in the dash, 1 in the center, B&O. You have 2 in the footwell area, and we have 2 in the roll bar. So what we're going to do first, we're going to start on the driver's side and remove the B&O center. If you don't have B&O, disregard it. Then we're going to remove the driver's side dash. Then I'm going to remove the driver's side footwell speaker here. Then I'll remove the passenger side and do the same thing. And then we'll move to the back area and I'll remove the roll bar speakers so you can see that process. So let's go ahead and get started with just removing dash speakers on the driver's side dash area. What I'm going to do first is remove this little charging port here. I'm going to use my panel removal tool. I'm going to get underneath here, pop this out. Then there are 2 T20 screws down inside these little sockets. And then I'm going to take the panel removal tool and wedge around the side of the grill here to pry the grill up and pop that out. Underneath there will be the speaker, which will use the 7mm socket to unscrew the speaker. So let's do that. You're going to pop it from one side, and come around to the other side. Pop around the other side and pull right up. As you pull up, you'll see the connector on there. You're going to press this little tab here and pull out just like that. All right, now let's go ahead and get these 2 T20 screws out of here. Now that the screws are out very easily, and now that the charging port is out, let's go ahead and get the grill off with your panel removal tool. Let's go ahead and wedge that in the side here. And this just pops right out. Work yourself along the outside. And there you go. Make sure you have these little clips still on here. If you are missing a clip, just check in the slot and it's probably still sticking in the slot there. Now let's go ahead and get the speaker out, which is your 7mm socket. Here you go, the screws are out. Let's go ahead and just pull the speaker out, and you'll see on the side here this little clip, this little tab here. Just press the tab and pull that right out from the speaker. And there's your factory speaker. Set that aside. Now let's move on to the next one. Again, we're going to use our panel removal tool. We're going to go ahead and remove the speaker grill cover off of the driver's side dash speaker. And we're just going to pry this into the side, little ledge there, and give it a little pry, a little pop right up. Bing. And then you can just grab the rest of it and pull it out. You know, I want to make sure that you have these little clips on here. If they're not on here, just check the little groove that it came out of, and it's probably still stuck in there. You pull it out, put it back on. Same process here to remove this speaker. Just go ahead and get that out. 7mm, 2 bolts, 1 on each side. And pull it right out. There you go. We're gonna go ahead and get the driver side foot panel speaker out. There's this grab handle over here I need to remove, and then there's this trim panel which is gonna come out all along here. All of this trim panel is gonna come out. There's just a couple of clips that you need to pop out, and that'll take each section off here. In addition to that, there's the dead pedal on the driver's side, the left area here. That'll need to come out as well, and that's where you're gonna need the longer reach 10mm socket. Let's go ahead and get the grab handle off. This is gonna be your 4 T30 Torx bits. All right, now once you have your screws out, you can grab a hold of it and just pull it out with a couple of clips. Pull right out, and make sure you have your tabs in here again. You're just gonna have the 2. Let's go ahead and get this dead pedal box here removed. This top piece is a trim piece that can just come right off. So let's use our panel removal tool. You stick it right in the side there. Work yourself along the edge there. And that cover comes right off just like that. Deep inside here, there are 2 10mm bolt heads. And this is where your extension is going to come into play, probably a 6-inch extension or so. That just dropped out there. You can leave the bolts in the holes there, because when you pull this panel out, then you can grab them then. So we're going to remove all of this trim piece. This just pulls right out. Just you can stick your fingers underneath it over here and just pull up, and then just pry along the edge. And that just pops right out. Now with our panel tool, just go back up the top here and just put your panel tool underneath the side here. Just pop it out. Just pull along down. And that pulls that piece out. Now same with this piece here. Just go ahead and pull it out. Now once you have these couple of tabs off of here, just kind of reach back behind here and give it a push. And you see everything kind of comes off in one shot, along with the speaker grill and that lower panel. All right, let's go ahead and remove the speaker. First, let's go ahead and get the connector off. Just like that. Now let's go ahead and get our 3 7mm screws out. Factory speaker is removed. We're gonna go ahead and move over to the passenger side. The removal is the exact same as on the driver's side. As far as the dash speaker, that's the same. Pop the grill off. There's 2 screws for the 7mm, and the speaker comes out. The lower foot area speaker is also the same, just minus the dead pedal panel doesn't need to be removed. There obviously isn't one over there. So the grab handle comes off and the trim comes off just as the trim did over here. So I'm gonna move over to that side and I'll show you that in a second. With your trim piece, just go ahead and pop that grill. There's the speaker. We're gonna go ahead and remove that with the 7mm socket. Try to pull the speaker out. And the same thing you did on the other side, there's a little tab. Just gonna remove. You're going to press the tab in, pull the connection out, and there you go. So now moving on to the grab handle, just like on the driver's side, there's 4 T30 bolts holding that in. And go ahead and pull this out and pop the bottom up. So same thing on the driver's side, we're going to remove this kick plate down here, this trim piece. And it'll pop right out just like it did on the driver's side. And the same thing, we have the trim piece that's all connected here. So let's go ahead and use the panel removal tool and get that out of there. Now we have the exposed speaker down here, and again, the same as it was on the driver's side. There's 3 7mm screws holding that in with the clip on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and pull the clip and take the 3 7mm screws out. All right, front speakers are all out, 3 dash speakers, 2 if you don't have the B&O, and both of the footwell speakers are out. So let's go ahead and move back to the roll bar speakers. Let's go. All right, we are in the back seat of the Bronco. I'm gonna go ahead and swap out the rear roll bar speakers. These are 2 4-inch speakers that go in here. Probably the easiest of any speaker to remove. There's a cover that just pops right off. Literally, you just pull the cover off. There's 2 Phillips head screws that hold in each speaker, as well as the connector. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here on the passenger side and let's get going. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pop this off. Literally just hold on to both sides and just pull at you. And you'll see it just has these little grooves that are holding it on. So these two Phillips head screws right here. Let's go ahead and grab the bottom one first. Just like the front speakers, the connector is attached directly to the speaker itself. So you're just gonna press this tab in right here and slide it out. There you go, the passenger side is out. Now we're gonna move over to the driver side pod, and it is the same exact as this side. Pull the cover off, unscrew the two Phillips screws, disconnect the connector that's attached to the speaker, and we're good, we're done. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that one out. All right, all the speakers are removed from the Bronco. We're already in the back area. Let's go ahead and start with the back. We're gonna install the connector. Something to note here, what we do at Trail 7 is we completely prep the speaker for you. So we remove these tabs for you. We attach the correct connector for you. So it's ready to go out of the box into your Bronco. You're good to go. So let's get this installed. This, we leave two tabs on here, right? And that's gonna line up with the factory holes. What I recommend doing is just go ahead and starting the screw into the bottom hole first. Just get it, hand tighten, get it in about halfway. Now we can use that bottom screw that we screwed in just as a hold. So now it just holds the speaker for us. Let's go ahead and take the top one, and get that one just in by hand. Just go ahead and tighten them in. Now it's going to put this back in. When we put the pod back on, the case back on, you're going to start with the right side. These little tabs just need to fall into the grooves there. You hear it clip into place. Clip, 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 and there you go. All right, so we're going to do the same thing over on this side. I'm going to start with the bottom screw, and I'm just going to get that halfway in just by hand. The speaker comes fully prepped with just the two clips that you're going to need to screw in, as well as the connector attached. Let's go ahead and get the grill back on. Same thing as the other side. You want to start with the inside and press it up. All right, so we're all wrapped up. We're going to go ahead and move to the front, do the same thing up there. All right, we're going to go ahead and get the center channel speaker installed here. We're going to just connect it to the connector like so. Again, we've already removed the breakaway tabs that are unneeded. I left you with the ones that are needed, which are just the two, one on each side. All right, let's go ahead and get our trim piece part to put back in. Remember, you want to pull the connector back up through the charging port slot there. There you go, that's down. Let's go ahead and reconnect the charging port, like so. Let's go ahead and pop that back in. And let's put our little plate back in there, which is this guy here. It's the accessories ready tab. Just gonna screw these in by hand. No need to go hook with it with the ratchet there. And it's easier also to find the hole if you just do it by hand. There you go. Same on the other side here. There you go. Now you can come back and you can hit that with the drill. No need to over tighten it. Same with the other side. No need to over tighten it. Let's go ahead and start with the dash here. Connect that. Go ahead and line the tabs up. Use our 7mm screws. There you go. That's good. All right, the dash speaker's in now. We're gonna go ahead and install the lower kick panel speaker here. Once we do that, then we're gonna put all our pieces together. Trim panel piece that goes on here, and that dead stop pedal trim piece that goes down there. You can push the wire up and through this little spot in here, pull the connector out, and we can just connect it and screw it in. We're done on the driver's side as far as installing the speakers. Let's go ahead and get the trim panels buttoned up. We can call the driver's side done. Let's go ahead and get our last trim panel piece here. And now it's the last is the grab handle. Let's go ahead and get that back in now. Go ahead and just do what you did backwards. Push it in, push it up, screw it in. All right, driver's side is completely done. Let's go ahead and move on over to our passenger side. All right, we're gonna do the same exact thing that we just did on the driver's side over on the passenger side. We're gonna install our Kicker KS speakers. We're gonna start at the dash. You're gonna attach the connector, you're gonna install those 2 screws, put the grill on, same thing down for the kick panel speaker. You're gonna install the connector, screw the 3 screws in, and install the trim pieces. So let's get moving. And go ahead and put our grill back on. There you go. Now let's move down to the kick panel area. Let's go ahead and connect our connector first. Now we're gonna go ahead and get this trim panel piece put back in. Just slide it right in, just like we showed you already in the driver's side. Let's go ahead and get this piece in. That snaps right in. Let's go ahead and get our grab handle back in. So just as you removed it, right, you wanna put the top in first, and kind of push the bottom in, and then push it up and in. Now let's go ahead and install our 4 screws for that. All right, our passenger side is done, our driver side is done, our rear roll bars are done. We are 100% complete now. So keep in mind, this Bronco does have the B&O system. If in upgrading the speakers into this, they're definitely gonna sound better, they're gonna sound clearer, they're gonna sound crisper, they're better speakers, better performing speakers. These speakers can handle a ton of power, right? So these are absolutely ready to now install the next step, which stick around because we're gonna be doing so much more to our Bronco line. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm really glad that we're able to get this out, and I really look forward to everything else we have to bring for the Bronco side. If you have a Bronco and you have ideas, you want to see things, you want to see new products, please drop us a line, let us know what you want to see. We know from hearing from you guys what to put out next. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to pick up your Kicker full speaker plug and play bundle for your Bronco, visit us at www.trail7.com.